You finish a perfect ride. Park up for a quick coffee, come back smiling, and your motorcycle is gone. Not stolen, towed. If that's ever happened to you, you know the gut punch. Fines, storage fees, wasted time, and sometimes damage from the tow itself. The worst part? Most tows are totally preventable. Today, I'm breaking down 11 legal mistakes that quietly get riders towed, plus the simple checks that keep your bike where you left it. Stick around to the end for a 1-minute parking ritual you can use anywhere to avoid surprise tickets, boots, and tow trucks. Why bikes get targeted. Motorcycles are easier to tow than cars. They take less time to ticket, and municipalities rely on fines for revenue. Add inconsistent local rules, confusing signage, and special restrictions for two-wheelers, and it's a trap for the unprepared. The good news? Once you know the patterns, you can stay legal without turning every stop into homework. Number 1. Parking on the sidewalk or too far onto a curb cut. It feels harmless. You pull your bike half up on the sidewalk to keep it safe and out of traffic. In many cities, any part of your bike touching the sidewalk, crosswalk, or ADA curb ramp is an instant ticket and tow situation. Enforcement is especially strict near intersections, transit stops, and building entrances. Even just the rear tire on the curb can be enough. Fix it by keeping both tires fully within a legal vehicle space on the roadway, not on raised sidewalks. Stay clear of curb cuts and tactile paving. If your city allows sidewalk parking for motorcycles in specific zones, follow the exact markings. Close enough is how bikes disappear. Number 2. Blocking driveways, alleys, or fire access, even partially. A bike feels small, so riders assume I'm not blocking much. Laws don't care. If any part of your motorcycle encroaches on a driveway flare, private garage entry, alley mouth, or designated fire lane, it's towable. Fire lanes are especially unforgiving. You can be towed even without a painted curb if signs or markings indicate fire access. Fix it by keeping your bike entirely outside driveway aprons and alley openings. If the curb is red or signed no stopping fire lane, don't test it. Give yourself a full car-length buffer near hydrants, station doors, and loading docks. Tow contracts prioritize these areas. Don't be their next quick win. Number 3. Ignoring time-limited or street-sweeping windows. You park at 9 p.m. for dinner. At 2 a.m. the street sweeper comes and the tow truck follows. Many cities post sweeping hours weekly or monthly with tiny signs. Time-limited commercial zones flip rules after business hours. Some areas have rotating no parking windows for construction or special events. If you're there when the clock turns, your bike goes. Fix it by scanning every sign on the pole nearest your space and the next pole up the block. Look for sweeping days, prohibited hours, temporary no parking permits, and event notices. If you'll be gone past midnight or into early morning, move the bike or choose a garage. Alarms won't save you from a schedule. Number 4. Out-of-date registration or visible expired tabs. Even if you're paid up, an expired sticker or mismatched plate invites enforcement. Some jurisdictions allow immediate tow for unregistered or expired vehicles on public streets. Others boot first, then tow if not resolved quickly. Temporary permits taped to a windscreen often get missed at night. Fix it by keeping registration current, replacing lost or damaged tabs, and mounting plates and stickers exactly as required. If you have a temporary operating permit, place it where officers expect to see it, and keep a copy in your wallet. Don't park on-street overnight if your paperwork is in limbo. Number 5. Parking in motorcycle-only zones without understanding the rules. Moto-only bays are great until you break the fine print. Some cities require your front wheel to face the curb, tires within painted lines, or a specific angle. Others demand you leave room for additional bikes. Overflowing the box by a foot can be obstructing, which is ticketable and sometimes towable during events. Fix it by parking fully within the lines, perpendicular or angled exactly as marked, and leaving reasonable space for another bike if the box is designed for multiple. Don't reserve the whole bay with a sloppy angle. If payment is required, pay, even if you think motorcycles are exempt. That assumption costs people real money. Number 6. Misreading pay-to-park rules. One receipt, multiple bikes, wrong app, or wrong plate. Paid parking is a minefield for motorcycles. Some systems require you to enter your plate in an app. If you enter it wrong, or the plate isn't mounted where cameras can see it, you'll be cited. Sharing one pay stub between two bikes or using the wrong zone number can invalidate payment. In some places, placing a paper ticket on your seat is useless. Only plate registration counts. Fix it by reading the pay station instructions, double-checking your plate entry, and snapping a time-stamped photo of the screen or receipt. If you move spaces, see whether your payment follows your plate or stays with the original zone. Keep the app active until you're physically back at the bike. Number 7. Parking in car spaces in a way that violates the lines. Yes, motorcycles can often use a standard car space, but enforcement hinges on staying within the painted boundaries and not splitting a space in a way that conflicts with local rules. Parking sideways across the front of two spaces, straddling a line, or tucking into the hatched buffer near disabled spaces can trigger a tow. Fix it by occupying a single marked space, parallel to the curb if that's the orientation, and staying off the hashed safety zones surrounding accessible spaces. If two motorcycles share a space, position both within the lines. Head in. Keep enough room for adjacent vehicles to open doors. Number 8. Disabled, loading, and electric vehicle spots. Assuming your bike is exempt.
Disabled spot is for cars, not me.
Wrong. Parking in an accessible space without proper credentials is one of the fastest ways to get towed and fined heavily. Ditto commercial loading-only zones doing restricted hours and EV charging spaces signed for active charging only. If you're parked in a charging-only bay with no plug attached, you're tow bait. Fix it by respecting accessible, loading, and EV charging rules exactly as posted. If your city offers motorcycle loading allowances in certain windows, follow the time limits to the minute. If you're using a curbside EV charger for electric motorcycles, make sure your charging session is active and visible as required. Number 9. Private lots, HOA, apartment rules, and customer parking only. Private property tows are rampant, especially in lots labeled customers only, permit parking, or tow-away zone. Even if a shop says it's fine, the property owner's tow contract controls. Apartment HOA rules often require sticker permits, nose-in parking, or specific areas for motorcycles. Violate the house rules and you're gone. No city grace period needed. Fix it by treating private warnings as absolute. If it says permit only, don't chance it. Confirm with the property manager, not just a cashier. In residential complexes, get the official permit, park where marked, and keep your plate visible. If you're visiting, use guest parking and register your plate if required. Number 10. Parking in construction, special event, or film permit zones. Cities sell temporary no parking tow-away permits for construction, moving days, marathons, parades, and film shoots. Those signs appear, and if your bike is in the zone when enforcement starts, it can be towed, even if you parked legally the day before. Signage can go up 24 to 72 hours ahead, but not everyone checks once they're parked. Fix it by glancing at the curb every time you walk past your parked bike, especially in busy districts. Look for fresh temporary signs with effective dates and times. If you leave a bike overnight on street, develop the habit of rechecking in the morning. Your great spot can turn into a tow zone by lunchtime. Number 11. License plate placement, visibility, and security. Flip plates, vertical mounts not allowed by your jurisdiction, obstructed tags, or novelty frames that cover registration info are low-hanging fruit for enforcement. If an officer can't see or read your plate easily, some areas allow immediate tow for improper display, or use it as cause to call a truck after repeated citations. Fix it by mounting your plate in the standard horizontal orientation, at the rear, plainly visible, illuminated at night, and free of frames covering any numbers, stickers, or jurisdiction names. If your bike's custom tail kit hides the plate, fix it now. Small legal plate lights cost less than one ticket. The overnight trap. When you sleep, rules change. Many riders park on-street overnight, especially in dense cities.
That's when street sweeping, construction moves, permit changes, and event closures hit. The rule that was fine at 6 p.m. can become tow-away at 7 a.m. Unregistered vehicles and expired tabs are also targeted in the early morning. Fix it by assuming the rules will change while you sleep. If you can't bring the bike into a garage, choose a street with no sweeping posted for the next morning and no visible temporary permits. Set a calendar reminder for sweeping days in your neighborhood. If you're traveling, ask locals or check the city's posted sweeping schedule before you leave the bike. How towing works for motorcycles and how to minimize damage. If you do get towed, motorcycles are supposed to be transported by flatbed or specialized moto rigs, with straps at triple trees or solid frame points. Not every tow operator follows best practices,
especially under time pressure. Ask the impound which company towed your bike, document condition on pickup, and photograph tie-down points before release. If damage occurred, file a claim immediately, with photos and timestamps. Prevent extra pain by carrying a copy of your registration and insurance. It speeds release. Clear outstanding tickets and registration holds. Some impounds won't release until the system shows you're squared away. The 1-minute parking ritual that saves you hundreds. Do this every single time you park. First, scan the curb and pavement. No red, no hashes, no hydrant, no ramps, no bike half on sidewalk. Second, read the nearest sign pole top to bottom. Then the next pole up the block. Sweeping, hours, permits, events, loading, EV disabled rules. Third, confirm your position within the lines, with your plate visible and the front tire not over any boundary. Fourth, if payment is required, pay by plate, confirm the zone, and snap a photo of the app screen or ticket with time. Fifth, ask yourself, will the rule change while I'm gone? If yes, or if you're unsure, move the bike or set an alarm to recheck before the rule flips. What to do if you return and your bike is gone? Stay calm and verify. Call the non-emergency tow/impound number for your city, or check the city's tow portal if they have one. Provide plate and location. If they don't have it, report a theft. Time matters. If impounded, ask for the exact violation, the address, the release hours, and the fees. Bring ID, registration, proof of insurance, and payment. Inspect the bike for damage before riding away and photograph everything. If the tow was improper, for example, signs were missing or dates were wrong, document the scene and appeal the ticket quickly. Deadlines are short. Most towing horror stories come down to 5 things: sidewalks and ramps, sweeping windows, private lot rules, poor plate display, and misread pay-to-park systems. Learn those patterns once and you'll avoid 90% of the risk. Treat every curb like a contract. Read it, understand it, and don't assume yesterday's rule is today's rule. The side effect of this discipline is freedom. You park faster, stress less, and your rides end where you choose, not in an impound lot. If this helped, drop the tow trap you see most often in your city and the fix you'll use from now on. If you want my printable 1-minute parking ritual and a pre-ride legal checklist for trips, say tow safe and I'll include it in the next video description. Ride smart, park smarter, and keep your bike where you left it.